Something about the steadiness of homemaking and motherhood and being able to enjoy that in the transition of seasons from summer to fall, and I am sharing my day of that. All right, friends, you asked, and I am sharing my morning workout routine. So I change out of my pajamas, get my workout clothes on, and I head outside into the dark morning. And I usually wear my Garmin watch just to see my pace, whether I run or walk. I either listen to a podcast with one earbud in so I can hear what's going on around me, or just enjoy the crickets and the silence outside. When I get back, I do my stretching. Now, this is something very important for me. Ever since being pregnant, honestly, the first time 6 years ago, I have been a very tight-bodied person, so leg stretches are very important for me. And I learned several of these from my pelvic floor therapist that I had when I was pregnant with my last, Elias. I went to a pelvic floor specialist and therapist, which was so beneficial. I recommend it if you are struggling with anything female-related anyways. This is just some of the routine I do with my stretches after I run or walk. So my morning usually starts about 5:40, 5:45, go out for 15 to 30 minutes, run or walk, and then I start my actual workout part after stretching. The workout part of my morning routine consists of alternating days from my arms to my legs to then some abs, which I've just incorporated. So I do girl push-ups to begin with, and then I use weights. So these are 10-pound weights, and I started with 8 a while ago, and then several months later upped it to 10. And I only do up until I feel like I can no longer do it correctly. So if my body starts rocking too much, I'm done, and I move on to the next arm workout because I don't want to do something improperly and cause myself an injury or hurt. Now, I am not going to give you any workout advice. This is just what works for me, because I am not certified in any sort of training. This is just what I do. And I've just picked up some workouts that I've done in the past and incorporate those into my morning routine. I feel like strength training is so important, not just cardio. So that's something I try to do, like I said, every other day. Now, for legs, I'll tell you what I do. I do squats often. So I do weighted squats, wide squats, lunges, and they're always weighted. One leg squats on a chair, and then I rotate those as well. And I do 2 or 3 sets of each thing, whether my arms or my legs. So for those of you just starting, hopefully this helps you out a little bit. The rest of my early morning routine continues as I get myself ready. Sometimes I get myself ready after the kiddos have been up and we've had breakfast, but on this particular day, I wanted to get the rest of my routine ready. So you're seeing some of the products I use, the Tubes & Co. balm. I love the tallow, and then native deodorant, then natural mascara. All of these will be in the description box for you as well, so you can check them out and find a link for them. And I just use a very minimal amount of makeup. If I do more on my face, I have a Tubes & Co. concealer I started using, but I don't use any sort of foundation. I don't know. I kind of got away with that because I struggle with breakouts, and I just could not find anything that worked well for my skin. So if I do need something for some blemishes, I'll use this Tubes & Co. concealer. Do my hair a little bit more, touch-ups on some curls, then out to my comfy chair for some Bible reading and drinking of my water and taking my supplements. And my husband's out there too, so we're chatting a little bit while we get ourselves ready to read our Bibles. I am sharing a book that we are doing in our Sunday school class. We just started it, and I'm really excited to get going on that. I'll have to let you know how it is as we get further on. Then the rest of the morning continues our routine of eggs, sauteed veggies, sourdough bread, avocado, coffee. That is a must for me. My husband makes the coffee in our espresso machine while I get breakfast ready, and the kids wake up and they play independently, which I love, or they help me make the eggs. It's just a routine that we have, that we've established, the steadiness of homemaking, like I said, and mothering, just having things in place that your kiddos know, that your husband knows, is something I thrive on. And I mentioned a lot about routines. I am very much a routine person. Yes, there are times where we need to be flexible, and kids need to be flexible and need to make adjustments, but routines in the home just set a day off so much better and makes a day feel much more successful if you have those routines. And especially for yourself, I think part of my early morning routine is that it is my self-care. I get that time outside. I get that time to enhance my body and care for it. I get the time to read God's word. And that way I just feel like I can take care of the rest of my home and my kiddos and my husband and pour into other people who may need myself after I have taken care of my morning and my own body and self. I think there's so many little things that we do as mothers and homemakers that we don't even recognize, whether it be just tidying up the kitchen, opening curtains to let natural light in. It just all is so good. Then picking out my outfit, getting changed, making my bed for the day. If my husband hasn't made it, then I will make it. He usually does a good job of taking care of that. But on this particular day, I think I changed the sheets or something happened. So I just made the bed while the little guy enjoyed being on there. Then sometimes in the morning, I'll do some tasks. Actually, most of the time, I'll do some tasks around the house. And today happened to be a laundry folding day. So before our schooling starts, I take care of some housework, folding laundry, doing a little bit of cleaning. I have a weekly cleaning schedule that I somewhat follow. I'm very flexible with it. And so today the girls were playing in their room. My little boy was with me, so I thought, all right, I've got 3 loads of laundry. I need to fold one of them at least. So get that done, get our room back in place because we were gone over the weekend and I had not taken care of the suitcase. I had done the laundry the night before. That's why we had so much laundry and had to take care of some more. So unpack the suitcase, get the clothes put away, and just make our bedroom an oasis again, because to me, I need it to be a peaceful place to come into and sleep. Although our little guy is still in there sleeping in a pack and play right now. We've got our girls in one room and my husband and I and the little guy in our room. Yes, I'm hoping to move him over with the girls right now. If you didn't know, we have 2 bedrooms. We live in a 950 square foot home. So our girls share a room, and then our 1-year-old is in a pack and play in our room still. He's not always sleeping through the night, so that's why he's still in our room, because right now I think I just need to bite the bullet and get him over there and be okay with him waking up the girls every once in a while when he wakes up. But room is tidied. On to the next thing, and that is setting a timer. I set timers often, and this is to help my kiddos realize what they need to do after that timer goes off. 10-minute timer for them for this morning to do their routine. So we really have established a routine before school for them, which includes changing their clothes, brushing their teeth, making their beds, and then I get their hair done. That has been just something that has worked really well for them. They really enjoy the timer. So while they do that, I fold my second basket of laundry. Oh, boy, have I found it difficult to read with a very active 1-year-old boy. He will sit for a second and then he is off and running. So the girls can read and read and read for a long time, but little boys are just wired so differently. It's neat to see how God made girls and boys so different. However, it makes sitting down to read a book a little challenging. So we started our school day off with that. And then I enjoy getting our house smelling wonderful for the day. I will often have some worship music going in the background or some calming classical music to do schooling with. So the kiddos are eating their snack, and then I'm writing down my to-do list, which again, that's kind of routine of my day. Get the list out there on my planner so I know what's going on. And then we get going on our schooling. After everything is all set and ready, the little guy is down for his nap. And so just that routine of the girls know when school starts because their brother goes down for a nap. During school, I love seeing these flowers on the table, which are quickly fading outside as September is coming to the middle of the month and it is fading away. But I love the schooling that the girls are doing, and we're 3 weeks in now, and it's something that we work on and we enjoy, and some days are more challenging, but that's just part of it. After school is done, it's time to just wash up some vegetables that had been picked the day before, just do a few things around the home. And again, that's the steadiness of homemaking. There is those little things that you just see, you got to get them done. If you let it just sit, the tomatoes will go bad. If you don't take care of certain things in a timely fashion, honestly, things do just not last. So enjoying these tomatoes too while they're fresh and while they are ripe and delicious. Then after they are washed, it's time to go pick some more, friends, because my tomatoes are finally really producing in the middle of September. They were late, so taking my basket out to the garden and going to pick the wonderful produce. Our beans are doing well. I planted a succession planting, so I'm getting a lot of beans off our 6 plants, which I love. Tomatoes are doing well. Cucumbers are fading. Corn has been done. And today, when I'm doing this voiceover, so middle of September, I just cut down our sunflowers and we're chopping down the corn. So things are fading quickly, but there's also still so much produce to get off of there. Bounty freshly picked from the garden in a larger basket as the other one was too small. Beautiful produce ready to be washed up and eaten. Sometimes we just have to wander through the garden and enjoy the changing blooms, deadhead a few of the flowers, and just look and see what's still alive, what needs to be cut, and just enjoy all the little bugs and creatures and butterflies that fly around. Picking some fresh garden potatoes to make for my sausage, potato, and kale soup that we'll be having for supper. This is the time of year that I love when I can go outside and create a meal from pretty much everything from the garden or from a local farm, and it's just so nice to have the freshness. It doesn't last always, as you know, if you have a harder winter like we do in South Dakota, so I enjoy it while I can. So flowers are fading and my cottage garden is overflowing. So I'm trimming back the coneflower, the bee balm, and just taking things down to the ground. I plan to be rearranging this garden here in the fall to make it a little less whimsical. That's being polite. It got out of hand this year, this particular cottage garden, and I want something a little bit different. I don't know. There was something about this garden that I loved a year or two ago, but now that things are so big and overgrown, it doesn't have that natural flow to it. There's things scattered all over the place. Some flowers growing inside of other flowers and bushes and little plants. And I want it to be a little bit more me, which can have a little bit more order. Yes, I do like the whimsy, but there also needs to be a little bit of order to my flowers because that's not who I am. I'm not one who lets things just go and be all over the place. So I have plans and ideas, and I'm hoping to conquer them this fall. That way in the spring, it'll be beautiful and come up a little bit different. So right now, I'm just hauling away all the dead flowers I cut back and going to be planning out my garden and then taking care of that later on in September. Lunchtime prep, and I've got a little helper. So the morning is a success. We usually get quite a bit done in our morning hours before lunch and nap time. And that's what I like to do. Front load the day with most of the tasks. That way I can enjoy some time with the kiddos in the afternoon. Not that I don't enjoy time with the kids in the morning, but the afternoon time is more of our free time, play time. Mom gets to spend more time with them. So we made a chicken salad, a curry apple chicken salad, and did, again, just an array of veggies, fruits, and cheese, and just made it a simple meal. So during nap time, I'm prepping our supper. Like I said, I was making a potato sausage kale soup. It is warm out, but it is almost fall, so soup sounded good. And this isn't sausage per se, it's deer bologna, but it works well enough and works all the same. The housework, the cleaning, the cooking, the baking, the gardening are all part of my daily routines. And making meals, like I mentioned, the cooking is all part of it. And I just love what I do in my home. I hope that for you guys too with your homemaking, that you love what you do, that it's not a chore. There are days, yes, where the monotony can get to you, where there's a really big task that is challenging and hard, but we push through it. There's things that I'm always learning that are new to me as a homemaker. There are things that I try that I've never done before, and things that may not work that you try, but it's all good because it's going to be part of what helps you grow. So as I continue to stir the soup, I let that simmer, and it's off to making a few other treats. So this is a pumpkin applesauce banana muffin. I know, a lot, but it was delicious, so moist. And so I love making muffins or breads for my kiddos for snacks or for breakfast. And this is just one of them, of course, using homemade applesauce that I have canned up or preserved because we have so many apples that we had been working through, and it's just something fun to make. I'm always one to make a muffin or a sweetbread. One of my girls could have one of those for her morning snack and her afternoon snack if I let her, but I don't really mind them having these once a day because they are healthier with lower sugar or usually maple syrup or honey as their sweetener. I had a little helper scooping the dough into the muffin tins. It's fun to see her wanting to learn the skills of homemaking, and that's something I want her to love too. Not just love learning in school, but love learning to do things around the home. Another treat to be made that is a staple in our home are my protein bars. This recipe is on my blog, and it's one I make every other week, really. It's a go-to for us because it's quick. It does have to be refrigerated. It has lots of protein in it. It is a little bit more caloric, but the kiddos enjoy it. I like it. It's easy to pack in a little bag for an outing, and so I just make these all the time and often. And so definitely check that recipe out if you're needing something quick, especially for those of you mamas who are running around getting your kids from school, or if you are homeschooling and you need a good snack. It's very adjustable too with additions. So here are the muffins. Of course, one was eaten, and there are the protein bars going to be cut. Back outside we go after nap time. I love the sunshine. I love enjoying my afternoon latte and just enjoying what the kiddos are doing with listening to them, checking out the nature, as there was a hummingbird that we all spotted, and just so cool to see with all my flowers around that hummingbirds are pretty prevalent in my little backyard. Taking a little stroll, checking out what people are doing for their fall decor. I don't have mine out yet in this video, but next video is our cozy fall home. The few leaves are changing as well. Something fun I wanted to do was change out my curtains in my kitchen. So my cafe curtains, I found thrifted, these blue checkered ones, and I found some towels actually at a boutique that were clearanced, and I am changing them out for the fall winter months, and I'm excited to see something different. I really like these blue ones, but I wanted to try something different and see how I feel, and I am loving them. They add a different just coziness to the home for the fall months. As homemakers, I think being creative is important, and making our houses cozy with different things that we have, whether purchased or on hand or thrifted, is such a joy and brings my heart as a homemaker and mama some joy, because I stand at the sink hours, I think, a week, and so it's fun to see something new and fun. So back to the soup, I am adding our kale that I picked from our aquaponics garden and using that in there and letting that simmer as well. And then that will be cooking, adding the cream to cook into there as well, some fresh cream off the milk we got delivered, because it makes the soup so much better to have some creaminess in there. Getting that all stirred in then, and going to enjoy that with some leftover focaccia bread from a couple days before.